Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Good afternoon. Gay pride and the whole gay issue thing. I want to make a couple points here. First off, just because Christians disapprove of the behavior of homosexual people does not mean that we hate them. As a matter of fact, Christians are commanded to love everybody, gay people included. We're supposed to love gay people, people in the outcasts. We're supposed to love everybody. Love your neighbor. Disapproval does not equal hate. Now, back in my younger years, I was an outlaw, so to speak. I was young, knocking on the gates of hell, got in a lot of trouble, and my mom and dad disapproved of that. They disapproved of that, but I'd never seen that as hate. They disapproved it. They loved me enough to tell me they disapproved of that. They tried to guide me in the right direction, and eventually I got there with or without their guidance, but they did try. Disapproval does not mean hate. Now, another point I want to make. I understand you raise your little boy up, good Christian home, you're a good Christian mom and dad, and then you start seeing a little funny, what I'm calling funny behavior out of him. Then he eventually comes out and says, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. What do? Do you embrace him, hug him, and say, well, I love you anyway? Yes, you do. You do that, okay? But you don't affirm his behavior. My mom and dad didn't affirm mine when I was an outlaw, basically. But what happens is these parents don't want to be seen as against their child, by their child, their friends, society, whatever. They may not be against their child, but they don't want to be seen as against their child. So they start making excuses. And they start seeing things in the Bible and say, well, might not mean that. You're going to throw away, 3,000 years of understanding because your child is gay. That's not how it works. Truth is truth. It was condemned in the Old Testament and it was condemned in the New Testament for those of y'all who think there's a huge difference. Condemned, roundly condemned. Do not, if you love your child, you will not promote behavior that'll cause them to lead a life of sin and send them to hell afterwards. Don't do that. You're not being a good parent and you're not being a loving parent when you do that. Something else I want to address. Being homophobic or love is love. Well, for one thing, almost anything in the Bible is considered a sin is something that is good to begin with, but then gets twisted and disordered, and that's when it becomes a sin. Love can do the same thing. You can fall in love with someone of your own sex, and you have twisted what it's supposed to be. You've gone against nature, and you've gone against God. You fall in love with someone of your same sex, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So love is not just love. Water is water, but I don't drink toilet water. Homophobe. What about the other issue of being a homophobe? As if I'm scared of a homosexual. Let me back up just a second to say something. I don't hate homosexuals. I said that to begin with. I know a few homosexuals, and everyone that I know, I like. They are likable people. Now, the freaks I see on TV, not so much likable, but the ones I know personally, likable people. I do not like thinking that they're going to go to hell, but the truth is the truth. It's got to be told. I don't want you to get run over by a train, so I'm going to push you off the tracks the best that I can. But I'm going to tell you, the time we're living in now, it don't matter. Now we've gone from homosexual to sex change to trans, where it's obvious I'm a man. Oh, wait. No. My mind tells me I'm a woman. That's called a sickness. And it has to do with your mind. It's not real. It's disconnected. It's called a sickness. I don't care what the new psychologists say or the new people embracing this demented stuff, twisted stuff. It is a sickness. And now you're getting to where you can't even allow your children to say anything in school. Schools are saying, well, sure, teenage boy, you can go into the bathroom with my teenage daughter. There shouldn't be nothing wrong with that, because if I say something, I might be seen as hateful. And I am not a hateful person at all. So please don't think that I am. Absolutely. Just because I'm against gayness doesn't mean I'm against gay people. Likewise, most Christians. Matter of fact, I'll tell you who gay people have the most trouble out of. It's the people against gay people who are not Christians. They're not under the godly rule of, hey, you got to love everybody. They don't care. And those are the people you have to worry about. Don't worry about what the Bible thumping, Bible belt believing, people that believe in the big purple spaghetti monster in the sky, the old man in the sky. I wouldn't worry about what they believe in. I'd worry about the guy who does not have the commandments of God. That's what I'd worry about. You're putting your fear, you're the one with the phobia. You're putting your fear in the wrong place.